content hyphen disposition. It's a employees.excel file. Read data given by controller class. We have employee controller. There I'm writing a method. Different methods are there. One is for register. Second one is actually for insert. Third one fetching all. Okay, remove, edit, like we have validate. Method number 8 I'm just writing here. It's a Excel export. Export to Excel. I want to call this view class. Then if you have a view class type, it's not a string. This must be replaced with model and view. Now there I'm writing here return null. Slash Excel. Create model and view. It's a model and view. M dot set view this time. It's a new and mention your class type. And share data. M dot add object. We have to pass data from database. Taking the help of service. It's a get all employees. Just exporting the data to Excel. Okay. If someone enter slash Excel in the address bar browser, will create one hyperlink. If they click on this hyperlink, we are going to create model and view object. We'll set the name. We'll read the list data. And this list will send to here. We are reading this list here by using model. But it's actually upcasted to object. You have to downcast here. It's a list which returns the data in the form of list of employee. Cast to list of employee because it's upcasted here. Object we have to downcast. Once you read the data here, okay, create one new sheet, empty sheet here. Okay, we have already workbook available. By using workbook, we have to create sheet and mention the sheet name employees. Okay, which returns actually list of, sorry, it's which actually returns sheet. Okay, create header, create body. I'm just writing my own methods here. Set head, pass sheet, set body, pass sheet comma emps. These are two methods, my own methods I'm just mentioning. Creating my own private methods here. Okay, what is the meaning of set head? I'm just constructing row 0. Creating row 0, I'm just calling as a set head. Okay, if you observe here row 0, create row 0. So by creating row here, create cell number 0, set cell value. That's your interest, how many values you want to pass. Okay, I just want to pass some ID, name, gender, male, salary, department. Remaining you can pass here, how many you want. You can take whatever the data and how much data you want to pass, no issues. Okay, ID, name, gender, male, salary also. Fine. Okay, now I'm just constructing remaining rows with the same concept here. I'm just passing, but based on this list, I'm just writing here. It's a for each. You have to take one employee from EMPs and create these rows. Okay, so here create the row. Okay, so create the row here by taking this object here, and you take one counter. Starting with a one post increment, next will become 2, like that. Okay, how many rows we have, we don't know. Those many number of objects we are converting here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I'm just taking the data from here and printing. So like this, I'm just exporting here. If list contains 10 rows, then 10 rows created. Okay, so I just wrote, actually we can write directly here itself. Just for a convenient way, I just took two separate methods, something like set head and set body. Okay, created set head and set body here. Okay, taking this list here and taking this count, just converted this as a multiple rows here. You can see, mention the file name, read data given by controller. It's a model. Create one new sheet, already workbook is available. Create row 0 as a heading. Create row 1 onwards as a body. It is showing some warnings. I'm just adding suppress warnings. Means, okay, shut your mouth. I know what is the problem. You don't worry about that. Okay, so this is going to indicate here. Please download this file as an attachment with this name. Okay, if you don't mention content disposition, generally it will take URL as a file name. Okay, running this application. And before to that, I'll just create some hyperlinks. Excel export. Like this, I just mentioned. Run your application. Register EMP SAL. Okay, just come and view all here. Okay, so here we got some data. See, click on Excel export link is there here on top. Just I'm clicking on this hyperlink. Okay. See here, no downloads available. I'm just clicking on this Excel export. Two records are there. It's created, show in the folder. See this one. Okay, look at the sheet name in the bottom. And file name on top here. If you don't mention content disposition, it will become something like URL name here. Okay, it is done. Now, in the same way, I just want to create a PDF also here. Let me finish, then I will share complete code. It's a Excel view class. Okay, full code also I'll give as a zip. Last session also I gave same thing. Today, I'm just giving in the project integration. Okay, already PDF view dependencies provided in the pom.xml. You can just continue the same here. Okay, there I'm writing here. Write a class here. Employee PDF view that you extend. Okay. Just abstract PDF view. Override build PDF document here. There. Mention the file name and read the data. It's a .pdf. Okay. Now there, I'm just creating a paragraph here. It's a new paragraph. Employees data. Just creating one font also here. font style, font size, okay, it's a font designing. I'm just giving family size, style and color, and alignment. I just want to mention here. It's align center. Set spacing before 20 pixels. Set spacing after 35 pixels. Okay, now I'm just creating a table here, PDF table. Okay, you need to add this title to this document. Number of columns I'm just giving as a 5. 5 columns will become one row. It's a number of columns, not number of rows. It's a name, salary, department, gender, and ID. Okay, this will become one row here. Okay, now for this, I'm just taking the data from this EM piece and adding here.
Yeah, hello, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
But it will take completely string representation. So we have to call toString. Sometimes if it is giving error.
Showing you the today we start lecture. So here I run. This is our lecture 1, lecture 2 demo.
So like this, I'm just writing here.
Full application will be designed. This one. I will start the recording.
So here I wrote like this, adding to table here.
Some disturbance.
Run this application and see output. This one, you have to go to controller. Method number 9, I'm just writing here. It's a PDF view class. Same list I'm reading here. And I'm just converting into one table format. Okay, run this application. Hyperlink we need to create.
So how we can design
PDF view.
tired applications, multiple tired applications using these tools. given in your lab folder. Is not required for you now, but if you want, you can later in the 11th lecture, 10th lecture, you can do it. This is the lab. So when you follow that procedure, so you get output something like this.
Run this application.
This is the output. So it is
So click on PDF export here. So this PDF is downloaded, you can see. So, okay, so here, if you don't mention this content disposition, what will happen here? It won't be downloaded, it will be opened. Remember, it won't be downloaded.
word.
So here it will be open. When you click on this, see it's opened. If you want to download, you mention that header. Yeah, we'll add some additional designing even, something like a metadata here.
This you have to start with run as administrator when you start making this.
Just I'm mentioning header. This is footer. Page number. Like this, I'm just writing. Click on export here. So welcome to employee. This is, I wrote reverse, I think.
Source package, you go to the source package, some error is there. What is that error? Now see the class name is message view, so you have to write it here as message view. So you are creating this dot. Here also you have to come on, go up now, go up. See your class name is what? Message view. So in that you have an entity called message. Okay, okay, go down. This okay, can you read that? Just a message only you put here. Move view. Keep the cursor on the red color.
Okay, that's fine.
Implement all abstract methods. What is there in this? Can you open the message dot?
Yeah, numbers will come automatically. Just but what you want to print before that number, we have to write it.
Open that file message dot Java.
Value comes automatically, but what you want to print before that you have to mention. Okay, this is some example I'm just giving here. You can see
The file
this is PDF view class.
you have the source package. Expand the source
So
package.
I'm just giving it a PDF view class for controller methods. I'm just writing here
First package.
employee controller methods here. One is for Excel output and PDF output here you can see.
You should do it as message.
Okay, like this I wrote at UI employee data.html. I'm just adding two hyperlinks here.
See my entity class. You have
So just these are hyperlinks.
if you write like this,
I'm just mentioning
the table
for Excel and PDFs.
instead of this, what you will do is just close this file. First, my entity
Exports actually when you click on this controller method is called and it will export the data.
Okay, in the entities folder, open, expand the folder. Right click on this file. File, my entities file. Right click. Then refactor.
This one you can see here.
Yes. Rename.
This Excel export and PDF export.
So here you give it as message M capital.
So here this application, just to wait for a second, I'll just update to GitHub. You can download this individual project from there.
So what is the class name? You know that instance
Git init.
manage the view. Go up. No, I think abstract view. This one also you do delete this file. My entity class facade.java and also abstract facade.java. These two files. Close this one first. Close. Now go to here, the folder boundary. Expand. Delete these two files.
Okay. Try to click on this. Just everyone please confirm. Click on given link. Click on code. Download zip. Are you able to download or not? Code option here. See here we have code. Click on download zip. Are you able to download this code or not? Please confirm. First given one link in the chart. Just click on that. If you click on that, one tab will be opened like that. Okay. Then you click on the code and click on download zip. Or else if you know forking, you can do it. A copy will be taken into your project, your GitHub. If you are able to download, please confirm yes.
Boundary. Boundary.
Or else you can directly click on the given link also.
This one session being from entity.
It will download as a zip. That is also fine. Second link given, you can directly click on that one even. Just type yes or no in the chat box.
Okay, select add. Next. Okay, so now package.
Okay.
Boundary.
All days details I too don't know, sir. Once management confirms and updates, I'll let you know here. Yeah, mostly no, I don't know. No, not from tomorrow. Tomorrow also we'll be having class. Okay, I'm not sure, sir. Really don't know. Management once it they update. Okay, I am also waiting for the instructions. I'll update to you also.
the
Okay.
UGV insertion.
Tomorrow onwards we are going to
My
start RESTful web services
set
here.
my entire
Okay,
class
Mohammad
first.
Yusuf, that is a security. Security comes later,
Message
not now.
first.
After REST completed.
This will tell you.
Okay.
Number
So tomorrow I'll be starting RESTful web services. One of the most important chapters. I'll be taking sessions. Okay, there's a web service concept
yes,
here. In the web service concept, pooling and caching will be given there.
insert.
Okay, pooling and caching will be given there here. Naveen, that's actually not here in the REST actually, not here. What you're asking is actually RESTful web service.
Call enterprise beam.
Okay. So thank you for
This
session.
one.
We'll start not today. We'll start web service tomorrow.
No, no.
Better. Yeah, classroom notes also I'll upload. Thank you.
Yes. Select expand this one. Yeah. Select that message facade. Plus now okay. So this is the insertion we have done. The other class instance you created. Now it should be fine. Now save this file. Where is this one? Message private message. Where you have this message, can you go up import package? What you have done? Remove this one. Number two line, yeah, that red color. Ignore this one. See, javax.jms.message, not this package. You delete this one. 11, 11, number 11. Now go down. The private message is there. This one. On the message, uh, import the correct package. So control space, you press, keep the cursor after message. Aywa, bus, خلاص. Control space. Hold the button control. Then don't leave. Hold the control button. Then space button. Not coming. Remove the T. You right click on that one. You have to write the package. See, the package is in this one, in entities folder, no? So it will ask you to select that package name. Just to keep the cursor on message, it will show you help. You see here, add import, first one. Khalas now. Save now. Getter setters you have to create now. Old one, I think. Yeah, here see, message facade, not my entity class. Message facade. Up there is a variable. You can take that variable name. Small m small. Set set I think no there. What is message facade? Okay. 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 So today my objective was to show you how this program will work, how we are going to communicate like this in different tiers. So in the web tier, I am the client. So this is my client. Client is this one. I am using Internet Explorer and I am typing the website name, something like this, and I am doing my work. In the web tire, I'm not sure. So my objective is to tell you like how to design this multiple tire application. See, the first tire, what it is a client tire. It is nothing but a browser. I am sitting on the computer and I am browsing, entering the URL like this. Localhost 8080 first. This is a project name, and this file name is index.xhtml. So this is the first file which will run. By default, in all the projects, there is an index.xhtml. So that file will be uh, displayed to you. Index.xhtml. Might be extension different in our file. Faces we have to write like this, faces slash index.xhtml. This is our file name, default one. It will show. Yes, okay. Now time is 8:21. So there are 5 messages in the database. So when you go here in the service tab, you have these databases. So any one you can use, but which one you are using, that you have to mention in one file. Here in the project, when you open this other sources folder and expand this resources, expand meta-inf, here you have persistence.xml file. So this file will tell you, like, see, I am using which connection. So my connection names are given here. I can select, or default it will create, but the only thing is you have to make sure, suppose the table is not created in the database, then you have to check which link you have to connect. So for example, in my case, I connected this one. So right click and connect only. Already it is connected for me. Either this one, sample, or this one. So any one of that you can connect. So that also it is created for me, connected for me. So I'll just disconnect for you. I am just connecting. So it is connected. So when it is connected, you can expand the folders. Here is a table. Now this is the table. See, message, we have ID, we have messages column. In this table, ID, message. Can you see here? One table is created. Name of the table is message, and the columns are ID and message. This is an integer, this is a varchar. So now see the data. When I right click and view data, it will show me the data here. See, now I entered this message. Time is 8:21 a.m. So this is my table. First column, second column. Okay. The first column, second column table is created. So like that, whatever we do modifications in the that messages entity is there, no? So here in the source package you have entities folder. So here we have ID, that is our first column. There is nothing but this one, and messages is this. So when I add another column here, another column will be created. When I add another variable here, another column will be created here. Understand? So this is like a mapping between our Java object and the database table. So that is the work of this JPA. It will map our entities. Okay, it will map our entities. So if I want to add or delete some columns, I can adjust in my entity. So with the help of JPA, it will create the table like this. So this is what is happening here. I am opening this file, typing something, click the save button. So my request is going to database. It is creating a row. Every time it will create a new row. So, and also I am displaying how many total messages are there. Okay, in this page I kept the code. This how to design, what to do, this all you will study later in the third lecture, fourth lecture, fifth lecture, etc. So this is the way how the tired application is designed. Okay, entire applications we call. Is this clear? Anyone has having doubt? So in this file, no, there will be a connection detail here. This is the design. When you want to see the code, you can see the code here. So we are connecting to where we are connecting, what is our default username, password default is app, okay, which driver we are using to connect. These details are there. You don't need to worry now. It will come in the 10th lecture or 11th lecture. Okay, this is about the first and second lecture, that one. What I have shown. Next lecture, what I have discussed is I have discussed three topics. The one is servlet, another is this JSP, another is the JDBC, how to connect to the database. This is a web technologies beginning. So when you open the lab folder here, servlet, one second, someone is calling. Hello, yes, yeah, tell me sir. Yeah, yes, yes, it's okay, no problem. 18th I will come. Okay, ओके 9 बजे 10 बजे आएगा तो मुश्किल नहीं. ओके 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 थैंक यू. Okay, so we were talking about our third lecture practical demo. So when you open the lab, so here we have to design something like this, and whatever data you type here, after you click the register button, display in the second page. So for that I have shown you the demo last class. Like this is the servlet program which extends the HTTP servlet. You don't need to write much this code. Only thing you have to write is this one. How to get the parameters from the form and how to display it. Just a little modification you have to do. So I will open my servlet. Last class I have shown you. You would have seen the recording. Did you see the recording? Have you seen the recording? See here I have. I already gave the permission. You can click the link and check. See, this is the file. Just what you have to do is right click, new servlet, then you type the name of servlet, then it will create a file like this for you. In that, go to this method process request, and here I am getting the data from a form, that means HTML page. So what is my HTML page is I think this one, my servlet.html. So in the web pages I have this one, my servlet.html. What is this HTML? This is very simple, nothing is there. Just right click there, create a HTML file, right click new HTML, then you type the name here like my servlet.html. In that, just HTML code what you studied in introduction to web development. So input text username name, this attribute is must, because we are getting the data with that only. Request.get parameter, inside the bracket, this is nothing but the name present here. So if you write here your name Rukaya, then you have to use here Rukaya only. If you have to, if you are using like pass name is XXX, then you have to use here XXX. So this name whatever you use, I am retrieving in the servlet here and storing in this variable. Username in this variable, password in this variable. Okay, so when you hit the submit button, directly this tag action, where we are going, this is the address, row dakhal servlet, then dakhal servlet, you are getting the data what you typed there. Eshiktup username, Eshiktup password, Marur. Then display mini, this one and this one. That's it. You just run this file now. So my servlet, where it is, this one. Right click, run file. The application is now running. You can see the messages here. So it is deployed. Now see, it is ready. This is my HTML page. So nothing is there. See, I told you now. This is the design I have done. I have a form, in that username text box. So username, and this is the text box, and password text box, then submit button. So when you type here something, who is there? No, Al Belushi. Sorry, this is password, no? So 1111 something. Okay. Click submit. In the next page, this is the servlet code. Can you see here? Hello servlet, your username is Noob and password is equal to 111. Here, what is this? Password is visible. Anybody can steal my password. If you are using Bank Muscat account, I can see your password here. So what we have to do? We have to design something. We have to take measures. Get method is there. If you use the method type as post, then you cannot see the data what you are going to get it in this URL, in this form. It will not be visible. Okay, so now move post method. Actually, when we are saving it into the database, I compiled it. So sometimes the action will not take place until and unless you stop the server and you run the server. So you can try like that. So this is the way how we can uh, do this one. First lab 2, and that one servlet. Next is JSP. JSP is for designing the pages, and this is the front screen. Same code you can use, but see here what is the file name I have given. Okay, my login.js. This is the first page. Same one. See here. Here I don't use the scriptlets. Scriptlet yani. This is called scriptlet. So in between you have to write out.println because this is a Java code. So Java code you should write always in the script. So can you see here? This I am getting the data, and this is for designing. So designing just same code I copied and I pasted, but I created a file as JSP. So right click, new JSP. Then you type the name as like this, my login.js. Then click finish. In that I pasted this code. This code I pasted here. So when I click submit, where it is going, see here this action tag, attribute action. Whatever you write here, there it will go. When you click the submit button, you are telling that go to this page, login.jsp. What is this login.jsp? This one. What we are doing here? Nothing. Just to get the data. What is your username? I am getting like this using this code. I am printing in the HTML page. So this is the password. I want to go back. So I gave the href link. A href. Where I want to go back, I want to go to this page, previous page. So that name I have to give here. Also, if you don't like a link, if you want a button, you can put a button like this. On click, you tell which page you want to go. Okay. So now we will run this file. Okay. mylogin.js. Right click, run. Okay. So here we will get the output. Okay. Now I will say like who is there again? Abir. One, 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 one. Now see, you don't see the data here, password, username, because I am using the post method post. Okay, so this is your, when you want to go back, click this, you will go back. So now I will write who is there again, Maria. Eight, 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 eight. Okay, you want to click, go back, go back. So this is the JSP page which demo I have shown to you, this one. This one. So I have designed this page. When I go and hit the button here, it will display the name. So this is the code I gave here. This is the code. This is the code. So you can practice this one. So this is the line which will get the names or the data what you type here. and here. Okay, so this is about the lab 2. Another one, lab 2 part B, is how to connect to the database. That is using this one, JDBC. Simple 5-step program. Here the process is different. You don't follow this process. Means I use MySQL database. If you know how to install MySQL database, then you have to do in this way. If you don't have MySQL in your computers, already we have a database, this one, Derby database. So use this one. So for that, I write the program and I show you last class. What is the program? This one, JDBC Derby database demo. So in this file, I am first creating what is the string for driver. So I want to connect to database, means I need driver. That is what you studied. I don't know whether you remember or not last lecture. First is driver. You need to load the driver. So this one is the first step. Class dot for name means instead of writing this one, you can copy and write there. But to look our code in a professional way, I am cleaner way, I am doing a string variable declaration and assigning that one. Okay, so first step is loading. Next one is getting the connection. So connection you get like this. Get connection method, pass the URL, database URL, but then what is username, but then what is password. This is our details for connecting to the database. You should know this one, link. You should know this one. You should know this one. Okay, second step finished. Now third step, write the statements. Query. So create a statement object. So I am using prepared statement, which is more faster, secure when you are connecting to the database. So create a statement object, then you have a connection object here, prepare statement. So I am inserting the data into a table called users. Already मौजूद my database दाखिल मौजूद users तावला दाखिल users तावला. I have ID is a column name, next column is first name, next column is second name. So you have to write this syntax. So 3 values, whatever I type in the program, that will be inserted. So I set here ID is first question mark is first parameter, this one, ID is this one. Second one is name, first name Sarah. So I will say now Maria. Okay, I don't know your ID, I just simply write this one. And also your name, I don't know what is your last name. Maria. What is your last name? Maria is there, it is not there. Al-Rami. Are you listening, Maria? So when you insert, how many number of rows we inserted, that I am displaying with this variable. So statement dot execute update, it will return some number, how many number of rows we inserted. If you are inserting 1, 2, 3, it is up to you. Bulk data also you can insert. Lastly, close. So last statement is closing. So 5-step process. So in this one you have this, there is a program. This is a program for connecting to Oracle. What I am showing you is to connect to the Derby database. So if you have Oracle, you should follow this procedure. If you have MySQL, you follow this procedure. This is the code. Okay. If you don't have or you don't want those things, go for the Derby database. Okay. Now you see already in my, I am connecting to this scheme. sample one. Users table is there. So first column is ID, second column is first name, third column is second name. So, okay. So now I will run this program. Just right click this program, run file. It will show us, see, one row inserted. Okay, one row inserted. So when you go to the database and see here, right click here, view data. Now see Maria Alrami. So this is a record I inserted. Okay. You can create the tables here. SID, teacher. Okay. Student name, S name, Varkar. Okay. Size. Like this, you can add anything. Name, Varkar. Yes. Now student is having 3 columns. So you want to insert the data here means you have to change your table name. You have to write another query. So if you don't want this one, comment this, copy this, copy, go there, down paste, student. So SID, S name, think, email. So 3 columns I have. So how many columns you have, that many parameters you have to pass. See, SID, SName, email. So SID, SName, email. So set a integer. First is an integer, second is a strings, third is a string. Okay. So who is there now? Abir is over, Maria is over. Who else is there? Rana. Rana, Nasser, Saeed Al, Hashmi, Arwan. What is your last name? Rana. Rana. She's not responding. Okay. So when I run this file, you should see the data here in the student table. Now you don't have any data. You close this, right click, run this one row, insert. So go here, right click, view the data. Where is the data? Okay, so Rana. So like this you can do any commands, delete, insert, update, create, database commands, whatever you studied, all those things you can exercise. So this is the third part. Okay, so now we have seen these things to create a basic web application. This one, these are old technologies. Now the new one what we are going to use in the fourth lecture is Java server faces. So there, so how we designed our first application is using that this Java server faces part 1. So here we will learn how to design the web pages in this Java server faces. So what is a web page and how to write that, what kind of structure this JSF page will have. Inside you have text box, button, link, radio button, drop down, many components. These are all called components. And what are the user interface? UI means user interface components. That you will study in this lecture. So see, you can create a page like this. When you run, you will see the page like this. So JSF pages will have an extension. What is the extension? .xhtml. You can see, no? Like see, when you create a JSF page, the file names will be saved with, we will close all these things. Okay, I'll go to projects. I will go to your first application, web pages. See this one, extension. Index.xhtml. This is the extension. That means it is a JSF page. So all our JSF pages will have this extension .xhtml. Okay, this is a sample question. Can you see and understand? When you create an JSF page, what will be the extension? So identify the correct one. Maybe they will ask in the multiple choice like this. One second.